Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you today. We got Bitcoin, $1 trillion market cap, and we know about that recent Ripple acquisition, but you're going to want to know the details of what it can mean, and the impacts for Ripple going forward are massive. We're going to get into it. We also talk about XRP futures, and how about the XRP price chart? How about somebody roll that beautiful intro?
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content, and you can join us at digperspectives.com as well. Right now, $2.01 trillion market cap for crypto. Let me say it again. We crossed $2 trillion on cryptocurrency market cap collectively, up 2.6%. How good's that feel? Take a look at this, 51,300 plus for Bitcoin, and over a $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin right now. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why I decided to get me some exposure to Bitcoin, regardless of all the other things we've known and discussed on this channel. Right now, 51,300 plus for Bitcoin, 2,700 plus for Ethereum, 96.6 billion plus for the market cap of Tether. Number 6 spot's XRP, which is now at 53 cents, showing it's up 0.4 on the 24-hour and up 5.9 on the 7-day. I'm loving where we're at this morning. Right here, ranging between 0.5166 on the bottom, 0.5329 on the top. We'll keep an eye on it. Right here is linked to, ladies and gentlemen, your best access to the greatest private equity in the world with the most affordable minimums. Seriously. Click the link underneath the video and check out my sponsor. It is the best private equity in the world. And I say that because we know that there is Ripple on there. There's Uphold on there. There's so many incredible companies, AI companies, and I know we all love AI. Look, the opportunities are absolutely endless on this platform, but do not forget companies like Circle, companies like Ripple, which we're going to talk about today in great depth about what this recent acquisition may really mean for Ripple going forward. And I think you're absolutely going to love it. Let's get into this. Click the link below. We're going to talk about this more here. The total market value of Bitcoin circulating supply crossed $1 trillion after Bitcoin price surged above 51,000. Obviously still there this morning. Loving that for us in the market. This is a reminder of what kicked all of that off. It is Bitcoin spot ETFs in the United States have collectively breached $3 billion in net flows roughly 1 month after birth, blasting past the performance of gold ETFs when they are launched 20 years ago. And don't forget, we also saw a post where I think it's May. There is an Ethereum ETF that is waiting for approval and has a deadline. I think it's either March or May. So we're going to keep an eye out for that as well. This is a quick clip here of Anthony Pompliano talking about Bitcoin and what's been going on. Take a listen to this because he says something inside of this about altcoins and ETFs, and I think you're going to like it.
All right, folks, so Bitcoin actually hit 50,000 today, but my next guest says Bitcoin ETFs are sounding an alarm. I'm going to bring in Pomp Investments investor Anthony Pompliano. And Pomp, you say, that these Bitcoin ETFs, they're sounding the alarm. At first, it felt like everyone, including yourself, were really enthused about it. Did they not go off right? What's the hitch?
The alarm's good for Bitcoiners. If you think about what's happening right here, Wall Street's getting an intelligence test. If you paid attention in Economics 101, you're going to pass this test. There is hundreds of millions of dollars per day flowing into these Bitcoin ETFs, and there's only about $40 to $45 million of net new Bitcoin being produced. So there's 12.5 times more demand than there is supply being created every single day. If there's that much demand and that little supply, the price has got to go up to accommodate everyone. And so my guess is that we're about to see Bitcoin continue to grind up over the next couple of weeks.
So that's the structural buildup for this next big move.
Correct.
What's holding it back then?
Well, the Bitcoin's not being held back, right? I mean, it was at 47 and went down to 40,000 because everyone was dumping GBTC. Now all of a sudden we're back to 50,000. I think 50,000 is a psychological level as well. People get really excited. They say, hey, we're going back towards all-time highs. And as soon as Bitcoiners start saying it, somehow it usually happens.
It does, right? Now, you say you've got the next big bet. Share that with us.
Yeah, so if you look at what happened with the Bitcoin ETF, right? Bitcoin is an asset. It's now been accepted within Wall Street, and now people want to get access. And so we have these Bitcoin ETF issuers. I think that the next big run of equities is going to end up being in altcoin ETFs. And what I mean...
And there it is right there. Don't need to hear another word, although we appreciate it. Altcoin ETFs. This is what I've been saying. We are going to see thousands of ETFs created off of these cryptos. There's no question. And he knows it too. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. There's an entire market being born right before our eyes. And that's how Bitcoin got back over $1 trillion. We got it. We watched it happen again right there. Gemini officially launches XRP perpetual derivative contracts. This means that there are future contracts with no expiration date. Normally, XRP or any kind of future perpetual derivative contract is going to be something with normally it'll have a limit, like a daily limit. It ends at the end of business day, or it'll be a 1 week or a 1 month or 1 quarter, 2 quarters, that kind of a thing. So this is perpetual. It means it does not have an expiration date. So you can enter a position and hold that position for as long as you like until you feel like you need to get out of it, right? And of course, unless it starts going upside down, then you got to put more money in it. But be very careful with these products. They can be very, very dangerous, no doubt about it. Now, Cody Carbone says today, Digital Power USA filed a FOIA request with Energy, and this is basically the U.S. Department of Energy, over the EIA's communications with none other than that woman right there, Elizabeth Warren, who wants to ban crypto. And I tell you what, that's a power move right there, Cody. Having everybody file that FOIA request, because you're liable to find some communications that look a lot like the communications between Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler. Remember when that got all kicked up? And that wasn't even a FOIA that found that out, I don't think. So, kudos to Cody Carbone, everybody at the Chamber of Digital Commerce. It is an agency that never takes a day off. They're constantly fighting to stop the attempts to ban crypto or gut crypto legally or regulatory wise. So we need that constant fight on Capitol Hill. There's no question about it. And obviously we all saw the news here. So let's talk about what this really means. So we're going to get down into this. What does this acquisition of Standard Custody Trust Company really mean for Ripple? Because that's what happened and was announced yesterday. Let's take a look right here as Ripple aims to grow U.S. presence with the acquisition of New York Standard Custody and Trust Company. And that is exactly right. And, you know, I want to expound on something here, right? So if I could, I want to read you just what the potential is here. And this is such a nice piece here. And this was put together by Joe Endoso, the COO of Link2. And these are really powerful thoughts to think about. Let's first go back to understand, you know, this acquisition of Standard Custody and Trust, right? What does it really mean? Because Ripple until now has been an enterprise-facing company, right? And we know that there was RippleNet that was created. There was Liquidity Hub that was created. Then there was the acquisition of Medico, right? All of these things were built. And obviously these SaaS products are sold to financial institutions to support those institutions as customers. And in other words, Ripple doesn't own or service those end customers themselves. It merely provides the infrastructure that enables institutions to do so. For example, an incumbent bank can use this array of services to offer international payments, cryptocurrency trading, and digital asset custody to its clients. But now, check this out. But now Ripple is evolving to establish products that allow it to also serve end customers directly. That is what the acquisition of Standard Custody is about. Instead of just selling Medico software to, say, Bank of America so that B of A can become a digital asset custodian for its customers, Ripple can now provide digital asset custody services directly to end clients. In like fashion, the recent transformation of RippleNet into Ripple Payments through the acquisition of various money transmitter licenses in the U.S. and other jurisdictions will allow Ripple to directly provide cross-border payment processing services to customers without relying exclusively on other financial institutions to adopt Ripple's technology as a means of getting to market. So what does all this mean? This is a strategic and significant and strategic shift in our view. It changes Ripple from being just an infrastructure player into also being a direct service provider. This is massive right here, right? Direct service provider. Ripple expands its total addressable market and its revenue stream by doing this. Instead of being purely B2B, right? Ripple can now also be directly B2B and potentially even B2C, right? Business to consumer. Ripple has accelerated its time to market by reducing the reliance on incumbent financial institutions who may be slow to adopt Ripple's technology, as we all know. Instead, Ripple can now directly penetrate market segments that are more ready to implement their technology today. Because of the above information we've just talked about, Ripple becomes more attractive to public market investors, thereby positioning itself aggressively for its IPO. And I think this is probably the best breakdown you're going to get on what this recent acquisition of Standard Custody and Trust Company is really all about. No question about it. And I also want to highlight this fact right here. Shout out to vet_XO, who is just doing amazing work out here to be so inclusive to everybody, runs killer Twitter spaces, the whole bit. But I want you to hear this very important clip here because, you know, I know that I caught some stuff the other day about referencing payments first. That doesn't mean that I believe Ripple shouldn't work on or isn't working on other multiple use cases. Of course they are. And it's obvious from the acquisitions they're making. But Vet makes a very good comment, makes it clear, and it kind of solidifies the point I was making the other day as well. It's important that the core of the XRP ledger is payments. Buying, selling, and holding. 2 out of these main functions involve payments. It's necessary for everything that's built on top of it. Just as I said the other day, and I didn't even realize this clip existed. Tokenization, CBDC, stablecoins, NFTs, DeFi, institutional, custody, all of it. Custody for us. I mean, it's all coming down to at some point you got to move something because you're making a payment, right? So that's really what we're talking about. Listen to David Schwartz say it.
We focused on payments, and that is our historical legacy.
There you go.
Payments are at the core of everything that we do in this space. Everything else that you look at, and whether it's DeFi, whether it's loans, whether it's stable coins, payments are at the heart of everything. Real-world asset tokenization. What are you going to do with a token? You're going to buy it, you're going to sell it, you're going to hold it. Well, 2 of those 3 things are payments.
You know, you can't make it up. I love when David says it because it's just then all of the crypto Twitter trolls, right? They all kind of pipe down. What are they going to do? Say something to David about it? I mean, it's okay if David says it. That's really the difference, I think, sometimes. Boy, I don't, a lot of people are like, look, I want to see a bull run, right? And it's like, and I do too. But you know why I want to see one? So it turns down some of this noise and rhetoric that we're hearing because there's so much negative sentiment because someone has created some pseudo timelines in their mind about when they think something should have happened. And it's just a bad way to approach this space or any investment space, to be perfectly honest. When the volume is squeezed, XRP's show begins. Get ready for launch. You can see right from here that the volume is obviously getting very, very squeezed here. So how much further do we have to go? I don't know. I don't pretend to. I'm grateful for Dark Defender and Eggrag Crypto. And we know that we need to pay attention because even though we may experience more downside before we get to see the upside, these targets are all still in play. And today we're moving north a little bit in the right direction. Could 58 cents be next? I don't know, but we're at 53, and I'll take that for now. I'm so excited about where we are, and I'm so glad to be on this journey with all of you. No question about it. Now, listen, very quick before I get out of here. No Freedom Zone thing today because I have to go, and I'm proud to announce that I'm going to be taking part in the XRP Unleashed documentary today, and I'm very excited to be able to participate into that, and I hope I can help those guys get what they need today. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you, and I want to tell all of you that if you haven't had the chance to go and check out the benefit dinner that involves Brad Garlinghouse for the Future of Digital Assets benefit dinner, go check out that link today. There is a 24-hour special going on right now for $589 ticket and have a private dinner. It is like less than half of what it was in price, and it is a Valentine's Day special for the next 24 hours. You can get your ticket at probably right around half, I believe, of what it was going for a Valentine's special to have a private dinner with Brad Garlinghouse, Michael Arrington, the Honorable Christian Carlo, John Deaton, Eleanor Terra, and God knows who else is coming. I know I'm going to be there, right? So I'm not missing this thing. You shouldn't either. This is a remarkable opportunity, and so is XRP Las Vegas. If you haven't gotten your ticket, I want you to now think about very quickly here, and I'll be done, but I want to share this with you because it's important. This conference is going to be hugely interactive. You are going to be able to get up and close with companies. You are going to get an understanding of exactly what has happened in the XRP ledger ecosystem and just how quickly it's been expanding. And you should make the investment to come to this conference because you're going to find out exactly what you need to know about automated market makers from David Schwartz. And you know what? That is the best place and the best source. That's ground zero right there. To be able to hear David talk about automated market makers and the effect that they could have on the XRP ledger in serving the financial world for payments and cross-border and settlement and movement of value is a remarkable idea. And it may just be that someday we all learn how to participate in a very safe way to where you may never have to sell your XRP again. And that's why I tell you, make the investment in yourself, come get the information, network and learn, empower yourself with the knowledge you're going to get from the conference. And it may be the best money you have ever spent to learn how to protect the portfolio you've worked so hard to create. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to follow us and support the channel, you can do it at digitalperspectives.com, and you can click the Freedom Zone. And if you want to be around like-minded investors who are protecting, growing, and maintaining their wealth, we're doing it inside the DPMG every single day, so I hope you'll join us there too. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.